Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, everyone, regardless of where you are from in the world located. We are always ecstatic and excited to see you here every Friday morning. As you know, Tammy and I are present the God Backup story, the God Backup opportunity at 11 o'clock Eastern Time. Want to start, first of all, just by welcoming all of you bright and early. I know Bakshi, you were here. I think I logged in at around 10 a.m. As you know, we started at 11 and you were there bright and early. So thank you for being here, Mary Paul. Welcome from Toronto. Bill from London, Ontario. Welcome. Esther from Ghana. Great to have you here. We have here Nick. Great to have you from Ontario, Canada. Let's see. We have Guylaine from Quebec. Bonjour, Guylaine. Ça va? Okay, we have Lynn Case from Martin, Kentucky, I think. KY.
And you
Sorry, I'm
missed
Canadian.
Robert Blakely too. He's always on bright and early. This is awesome.
Absolutely. Mark Stevens, great to have you here. We have here free to join Biz Idea from Montreal, Canada. That's where I was born, actually, in Pointe Claire. Let's see here. We have here Siru. Great to have you here. Great to have you. We have a lot of new folks here. We have Courtney from Ontario. We have Francis from Ghana. Everton from Jamaica. Nice. We have
Oh, I
Craft
love
Marketing
Jamaica.
Tips from Ghana. And we have Hilera from Belgium. Great to have you guys. And again, as you're popping in here, it's always a pleasure to have you with us here. Tammy, why don't we start by sharing a little bit of how we got a hold of God Backup and how we got started?
Yeah, first of all, Chris and I have been in the network marketing arena for many, many years, 25 plus years, and we absolutely love this profession and what it does for people who stick around and learn and grow. And so we've known Joel Terrier, the owner of Got Backup, for many years. He watched us grow in other companies, and we watched him grow his company. So it was nice to see that. We've always supported each other. Chris actually used to pay for one of his services for our business to grow our businesses. And it was back when he launched Got Backup. It'll be 2 years in April, but he contacted us in May. He was actually saying to Chris and I, he was nervous to connect with us because he knows how focused we are, and then Chris and I were talking about how important it is to have a digital product in today's world. And here we go, a conversation started. He was telling us a little bit about Got Backup, which you're going to hear about today, and we just looked at each other and we said, oh my gosh, this is it, because everybody uses data storage, and we understood the trend. So we hopped on board like most people when they look at this, and you're going to get to know the price point and everything. But at the end of the day, our relationship was really what got us to look. And from there, once we saw everything, it was just a no-brainer. Everybody says that, but it really was a no-brainer for us to say yes. And we've been building internationally probably for about 19 months now, Chris, and we're super excited. It's been a lot of fun.
Absolutely, Tammy. And the fact here, folks, and the reason why I really got excited about this is, one is the price point, and two is the service itself, which is what we call the new oil. Data is the new oil. And the fact is, I saw an opportunity to really empower families globally, because we truly have friends from all over the world over the years in building the network marketing profession in this, within this industry. We've seen massive growth. We've seen what it can do, and we see the potential with God Backup. So I really saw an opportunity where people can really turn their dreams into reality. And I love these pictures here. You can see the family kind of showing off the brand new sets of keys from their new homes. And that, I mean, think about this, folks. Think of the emotion of being able to afford getting into a new home, knowing what's going on with our economy. We know that especially the newcomers, the new generation, it's not as easy as it was for us. Not that it was easy for us, but you can see that today it's a whole lot harder because of all the stuff that's been imposed and the way the economy is moving forward. What about going on a vacation where you want to, not where you can afford to, and this is something I'm sure we can all relate to, right? As you're watching this, is you want to go for a vacation, maybe you'd like to go for a boat cruise, and you'll love to go to the celebrity cruise, and all the bells and whistle. You'd like to be in the higher deck, not in the bottom, where
The
you see
lower
the movie
cabin,
Titanic,
yeah.
where the first one to drown. I'm kidding, but what I'm talking about here, folks, is to be able to afford going where you want to be, opposed to settling for where you can afford. Affording going. What about having new members of the family? We know that is also a topic where can we afford having 2 kids? Can we afford having 3 kids? What about 4 kids? What if I want more? The bottom line here, folks, we know that it's very costly today dealing with new family members. It's just, well, I shouldn't say dealing, just absorbing the cost of new family members. And the last one on the right is so important, because that's what we call retiring from the fruit of your labor. We understand today that a lot of us have worked very hard, including myself. I mean, I put a lot of investments, trusting companies and organization that turn around and ran with the money, or the value of that investment went down by a fraction, down to a fraction of what it was. We all know that, and GotBackup comes in as an opportunity to feed what maybe is lacking when it comes to the economy, especially when you want to retire. And we're not talking 20 years from now. We're talking a good year or 2 and working solid with GotBackup and being consistent. So stay tuned with this presentation. We'll show you exactly how this all works.
Yeah, and GotBackup is here to help average people. Chris and I are average people who made a decision years ago that we were tired of the grind. We were tired of working, and Chris was in the corporate world, and I had a traditional business, and open and closing the store. So we were tired of all of that, and we're here to help you to make a shift or add on another income stream so that you too can live the life that you want. We're in the position where we are living the life that we want because we've built that lifestyle over the years. And our goal is to help you to build this through the GotBackup project.
So the fact here, folks, is GotBackup began in 1997. It's around the area where I met Joel. It was around 2003 or 4, I forgot the exact date. And at Tammy stated earlier, I was using his services, where I was renting part of his server to host a WordPress. And this is how I met Joel. And as Tammy said, he's been following us. But the fact here is, I remember him telling me that he needed to move to the US because the company has grown so much that the bandwidth, that means think of a superhighway, right? And there's so many people that are driving across a superhighway, and there's so many cars, and everybody's bumper to bumper, and you're not moving, even though you have 16 lanes in a superhighway. Why is this happening? Is the overpopulation. There's just too many cars for the space available to be able to pass through. Well, this is what happened with data bandwidth. That's what we're talking about. And what happens is the fiber optic that's underground in Gatineau, where he used to live, couldn't support that. And even the city told him, we can't go beyond after we upgrade, then you'll be stuck with that. And that's when he made the executive decision to move into an area where Microsoft, Toyota, and a lot of big companies are utilizing these fiber optic to be able to support the growth and the demand that they have. And that's where he invested into this building that you see here in the flyer, which is a 10,000 square feet data center. So let's hear it from the horse's mouth exactly what you're investing into. And again, we're talking about $997 investment, but again, it's to combine incoming, excuse me, I couldn't find my words this morning, of associates coming in and using his services. Let's see what he says exactly to get a better understanding.
Hey guys, welcome to the corporate office of GotBackup. Now everybody wants to know, are we super secure? And how do we offer such an amazing service at such a low price? So this is in our tech room. And what we're gonna do is we're gonna take you on a tour of our server room to show you just how secure it is, and we welcome you into the family. So let's go over to the server room. So the first thing I wanna explain to you guys is that we're fully PCI compliant. For physical PCI compliance, what does that mean? It means we're allowed to physically store credit cards in our data center because we're uber secure. So we've passed all the tests for that, and we're legally allowed to store credit cards and your storage. So one of the first requirements for PCI compliance is you have to have 2 coded doors before you get into your server room. We also, as a company, like to have fun, so we call it Area 51. So anyway, I'm going to code this door with my back here so you guys can't see what the code is. Come in this way. This is a simple inventory room, guys. We build servers here and so forth. And then our second coded door is over here, okay? And so we have a coded door here as well to get into the server room. So here we are in the server room, guys. This is where all the magic happens. So couple of things people ask. Joel, how secure is my data, and could you ever lose our data? So as an example, let's come here. It's impossible to lose your data, and here's why. If you look at this storage array, and we have, you know, hundreds of storage arrays in here, there's 14 hard drives across this storage array. 4 of these hard drives could fail, which statistically never happens, but let's say it did. 4 of these hard drives need to fail before we start to lose some data. But guess what? We're not going to lose any data because this is striped to here. This whole rack of hard drives here is copied here. Just the same here. All these hard drives here are copied here. So there's not a single point of failure relative to your data. There's also no single point of failure in the server room. As an example, there's A power and B power. Every server is plugged into A power. Every server is plugged into B power. Also, relative to cooling of this room, if you come over here, you'll see we have 1, 2, 3, 4 air conditioners in this server room. So the air is never going to be a problem. The other thing as well is we're very, very efficient. If you look up at the ceiling, let's come back over here, you'll see vents up there, and the cold air is strategically placed in front of the servers here, so it sucks in all the cold air, and it goes over into the hot aisle behind this wall here. So very, very efficient server room as well. And finally, if God forbid there was ever a fire in this room, we have here what's called a fire suppression system. What this system does, it's just a bunch of electronics behind here, but we can open it up, okay, is if God forbid there was a fire, and in 25 years there's never been a fire, but it will snuff out all the oxygen in this room. If there's no oxygen, then the fire goes out, right? So we don't use water to destroy the equipment. So that's the basics of the server room. Super, super secure and super redundant relative to your data. So the other aspect to security is we use the exact same security as Amazon, as Google, as all the big players, Microsoft. It's patented security. It's military grade, 256-bit encryption security. So your stuff is very secure. So let's come out.
So as you can see here, it's really interesting what you're getting into, and it's getting better and better and better, folks. The product is so amazing, and I can't wait to share with you the back office and how I'm organized with all of this. So, folks, there is 2 global trends that you want to consider looking what we have to offer here. Let's start with the first one, Tammy.
Yeah, and this is such a big one. It's all about data storage. Everybody is on their devices all the time, and they're always filling up their devices, creating content for social media, all kinds of stuff, you know, just creating those precious memories with our families. You know, back in our days, everything was, you know, you had a film, you had all that stuff, but in today's world, everything's stored in the devices and on the cloud. So it's such a massive, massive trend.
Yes, and you're looking at a percentage of global mobile traffic growth right now from 2011, 2023, folks. It went from 6% to 60%. That growth in that period of time is unbelievable. When you look at the size of cloud storage market worldwide from 2022 to 2030, folks, 90 billion in revenue up to close to $500 billion. So this is very significant. So when you're looking at where should I invest my money, what opportunity should I get into? Well, folks, this is a strong clue, very strong clue. When you see the price tag and what you have to what you receive in return, it's a no-brainer. Back to you, Tammy.
Yeah. And, they always say so many people are addicted to their phones. And the truth is, a lot of people use their devices for many, many things for business, we keep an eye on our properties when we're not in our properties. We got a couple properties we go back and forth to. The lifestyle that we've chose, we can see everything that's going on in our homes. We use it to purchase. We don't even need cards anymore. Like, there's so many reasons that people use their devices. And you can see even date night there. Never, 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 ever be on your phone on date night if you want to have a happy
Yeah,
relationship.
and sometimes we have to remind each other we're guilty as charged. But folks, you see, with all of this, there is a data loss growing concern. 45% of cell phone users have accidentally damaged their cell phones or lost their data. Think about it, folks. This is a piece of your soul that you can never go back to and take those pictures again if the only place it's sitting on is your phone. That is playing with fire, right? Over 5,700 screens are cracked every hour. Laptop cell phones are stolen every 43 seconds. Here's another irritating message.
Totally annoying. And it's funny because when Joel was connecting with us about his new project with the GotBackup project, we're getting these messages. So, and everybody's getting them, and that's the truth. The people are filling up their devices so fast now. The devices are slow, and you're going to see how powerful what we have to offer is the reason why you're here today.
Absolutely. And I mentioned the trends, folks. There's two trends. The second one is making more money, right? We live in an environment today, just having a one source of income. It is not what it used to be. We're not in the 70s, 80s, and 90s and early 2000s, right? Things have changed and we need different source of income. We need multiple family members, husband and wife, and so forth to contribute to be able to afford the lifestyle of today. Now, God Backup is one of those opportunities that will complement and supplement, where in our case with Tammy and I, it's our main source of income, folks. So we're very, very serious about this. 42% of Americans have side gigs, side businesses. 62% of Gen Z, these are our children, also have side business. What about the rest of the world, folks? This is what we're talking about here. See, leveraging these two global trends, folks, with God Backup, this is something that you can really tap into right now. So, Tammy, let's talk about a little bit of what we're offering here.
Yeah, so we're going to go through the core product, which is the main product of GotBackup for the data storage. But Chris is briefly going to go through a VIP package, which we use all the time. And anybody who wants to take their marketing efforts to another level, which I always encourage people to do, learn and grow and expand. So just going directly into the core product, you can see there's 6 terabytes of data storage. You can add 5 additional members on your account, each having their own separate accounts within yours to share the storage with unlimited devices, which is absolutely phenomenal for families. Even people who said to me, I don't use that much storage. Well, they can add other members to use up the storage. And then, of course, you can see it's all for $10 a month. But the biggest thing is the business. Everybody's looking to make money. So it offers a home-based business, which we're going to share with you on how you can make some money while you're talking and sharing this with other people.
I totally agree, Tammy. So let's talk about the big threes here, the competitors. People are saying, well, why should I not just use iCloud or Dropbox or Google Drive? Well, let me tell you one clue is these three are wonderful, but they don't pay you. They just don't pay you. Now, let's talk about what they're offering here. $10 a month, if I may just round things. We're $9.97. They're $9.99. So we're like 2 penny cheaper. But the bottom line is they're all within 2 terabytes, right? The amount of users may vary a little bit. But the fact is, this is what we're offering. But in our case, you can have 6 separate accounts. So within your 6 terabytes, you can divide it among family members and they will have their own login details. So mom and dad can't see what, their daughters or sons are posting in there. It's private, right? So really, really cool. Now, if you look at the yearly packages, this is what most people do simply because one is you get 2 months for free, right? It's a bit cheaper, and that's every company tends to do that generally. But you see iCloud, Dropbox, and Google Drive, there's 360, 660, 260. Now, keep in mind that these prices may vary. That's the price that we took at that time. But you can see here that we're $99.97 for the year for, again, 6 terabytes, 6 separate accounts. So secure service and everything else. So it's the value is unbelievable. So Tammy, let's summarize what we got here.
Yeah, so 6 terabytes of data storage for $9.97 a month. You can actually pay yearly instead. We'll share that with you. And you could have up to 6 people on one account, each having their separate password. You know, they're the only ones seeing their stuff that they're putting in. And yeah, unlimited devices, Android, iPhone, and you saw the security and how everything works. And you can always get back to the person who introduced you here if you're coming through somebody through a link. And yeah, and you know, a lot of people, the first thing they do is spend money on the outside of their devices, which is great. It's important, but the most important thing is what you put inside.
I agree. So let's watch a quick video, folks, and I highly recommend, and I'll point out to you at the end where you can find those videos. Watch the installation video prior to install it so you get all the tips and the details that are important for you to have the best possible result and experience.
This is a quick walkthrough of how to install your GotBackup app onto your mobile device. In this case, I'm using the Android Galaxy, but the process is the same also on an iPhone. So to download your app, there's 2 ways to do this. You can either come to the Play Store. On an iPhone, it's called just the App Store, and just search for GotBackup. And there it is. Or we could come to our members area and go to use this tool, and then you will see it here on your dashboard. So again, I'm using my Android device. So I'm going to go ahead and click this, and it's going to take me to my Google Play Store. If you're on an iPhone, it will take you to your App Store on your iPhone device. So I'm going to go ahead and install that. Awesome. I'm going to go ahead and open it. It's going to ask you to log into your account. Go ahead and allow all your notifications so it could let you know that everything's being uploaded properly, and go ahead and put in your unique ID. Once logged in, you will be asked to let GotBackup access your photos and videos on your mobile device. Select Allow.
Very important.
Without having to do anything, an Android upload folder was automatically created for me. Neat! If you are on an iPhone, the folder will be called iPhone Upload. Now, depending on how many photos and videos is on your device, your first backup might take some time. So it is highly recommended that your device is on a charger and is connected to Wi-Fi. It is a good idea to start your first backup in the evening and keep your GotBackup app open and let it back up overnight. One more thing I'd like to point out. If I tap on these 3 little lines on the top left corner and tap on Settings, you will see these 3 boxes under Monitor are automatically checked. Auto Upload will automatically upload all future photos and videos taken on your device to your GotBackup cloud. Camera Roll Upload will back up all existing photos and videos that are stored on your device to your GotBackup cloud. And Upload Only on Wi-Fi will only back up your data while connected to Wi-Fi. If you have an unlimited data plan, you can uncheck this. So if I come to my gallery, I'm going to have a slew of pictures from over the years. This is actually Joel's phone, so if I come to my albums, I have almost 1,400 pictures. Alright, so if I come to my app, come back to my menu and click Transfers, you're going to see all my pictures now are uploading. Since this might be a large upload at first and I have a low battery, it's highly recommended that you plug into a power source. So I'm going to do that right now. Alright, now that's finished. We can now see that our Android upload has all been categorized by what year these photos were taken. These were taken in 2021. And this was just recently. So that's pretty much it. Pretty easy, pretty straightforward.
As you can see, folks, it's very straightforward. And I make sure to walk you through some of the VIP features. And the VTuber, it's like your own YouTube channel. I use that all the time. Sometimes I do my own video. I started using things like I in video AI and producing things, and I upload my own video. And folks, there's so much flexibility that you can have. That's an awesome, awesome feature. Another one is memory place. If you do an event, you can have a QR code you can share with your entire audience. Anybody with a cell phone that took a picture, they can scan that QR code or click on the link and upload all their pictures from their device, and it's all going to be sitting into your link or your environment, your memory place, where you'll be able to share with your entire audience. Absolutely phenomenal. That's a personal promo link, which I'm using right now. I'm just modifying certain things where I'd like to have my own stuff for the 7-day free trial, which we'll talk about briefly, which is a new feature, the new funnel that was freely introduced to us. You know, these are things that we all have to pay for that's included with GotBackup. These are extra features for you to modify it as you see fit. This is to have your own domain pointing to your GotBackup link so you can promote your domain instead. Really straightforward. So, folks, here's the thing, the summary before we get into the money aspect of things. This is the only cloud storage that pays you. So when someone says, well, why can I just not use what I'm using with Dropbox and anything else? They're a wonderful service. But what we're talking about here, it's a service that offered 3 times the amount of space for the same price. Number one. Number two is they also pay you for telling others about it. So this is what makes GotBackup very, very unique. So let's get into the income aspect, Tammy, and let's cover that a bit.
Yeah, so we pay 7 ways through GotBackup. You can see the 3 that are highlighted. That's where we're going to spend our focus, because at the end of the day, building the foundation is that. And then the other bonuses are as you start building your business and helping people succeed. So let's go right into it, Chris. So customer acquisition bonus, that is when you introduce somebody who wants to be a member of GotBackup to get paid. They want to build a business. And if you sign somebody up that wants to come in monthly, which is the $9.97, the company's going to give you 200% commission upfront, and then 50% if they decide to come yearly. And 25% is the VIP package. If somebody adds on that VIP package, anything that they add on up front is 25%. And the bottom, you can see that you could build a customer base as well. And if you have customers, you get 25%, and that's ongoing monthly as they're using the service. So let's make a couple examples. One is for members, people who want to build it, they want to make money. It's a 200% commission. Let's make it based on the $9.97, monthly. You get $20. If you have 20 members, you make $400 in commission. And you're not limited the amount of people that you can bring in. We just keep talking to people regularly because it's an easy conversation. Everybody has phones and everybody has data storage. And so if we're building 20 customers, 25%, it's $2.50 every month, and you'll get $50. And again, don't limit yourself to the amount of people you bring in. The world needs to know about GotBackup. The value is so big.
Absolutely. Now we're getting into where the money becomes interesting, where the cycle earnings, just so I understand the cycle concept, it's built on a 2-team tree that you're building. You're building a left team and a right team. When you see direct, that's someone you brought in. When you see indirect, that's someone who was above you, sharing the same leg as you are. Same, just for example, on the right-hand side, you see the direct below the indirect. Well, the direct is yours, but the indirect is not yours, but you benefit as if it's yours. This is really, really cool. So that's how really the cycle bonus really can really benefit you. But how do you earn this? Well, there's 2 tiers, tier 1, tier 2. Both tier are exactly the same, except that tier 2 is actually more than double than tier 1 in income. So you're doubling your income the moment you qualify for that. And how do you qualify for that? It's based on your rank, and I'll touch on that as we move forward. Step number 1, you need to stay active. That means that you're paying your $9.97 a month, or you're paying your $99 a year. That will qualify you for the next 12 months. And GotBackup will divide your $99 in 12 months, and then it just keeps you active every month. It's really cool. Number 2 is you need to enroll 2 people. We call that a copper. You need 1 person on your left, one person in your right. The moment you do that, you activate your position to start earning the cycle income. And now step 3 is the system needs to see a ratio of 4-2. So in other words, you need 6 members. 2 of them has to come from you personally, one on the left, one on the right. The other ones could be spillover. It could be people on your downline. But again, the attitude is not, what have you done for me lately? Are you going to build for me? What are you doing on my rights? That is not the right approach. But the bottom line is you can benefit from whatever happens into your business. As long as the system sees 4 on one side, 2 on the other, it triggers a cycle. What's the value of a cycle? Well, it's based on the company's profitability and it's based on your rank, as I mentioned earlier. So let's carry on. Number 3, it's what we call cycle match. Now, cycle match, folks, is really, really interesting. Now, when you look at these numbers, don't be overwhelmed by that. Let me explain to you how this works. See, remember we talked about rank? Well, this starts from the level of Sapphire. Sapphire, and it's really not hard to do, folks. You just need to get the work out there. You start earning 25% of the cycle that your personals have enrolled. So if you sponsor 2 people or 300 people or 500 people or whatever that is, you are earning up to 25%. So that means that you can make up to $1,000 per person that you're personally enrolled. It doesn't mean that you're going to make $1,000. This is how far you can go with one person. So if you sponsor me and I cycle 5, even if I cycle 1,000 times and you sponsored me, well, what's happening here is you earn 25%. Now, I assure you that will be more than 1,000. So you can't go more than 1,000. The company says, well, you need to help other people qualify to copper. That's how you move up in rank. Then you become emerald, and now you're doubling your cap. You see how this is going? Look at what's going on when you reach diamond. 7,500 match cap from each person you're personally sponsored. Do you see the potential? I just want to give you an idea. Think of Dropbox, who has over 700 million users. We are just getting started. It took over 10 years for Dropbox to get into momentum. We've just started barely 2 years ago. So folks, I'm telling you, stay tuned. Be ready for rain because it's going to grow. And the other 4 that you see generation bonus, think of the game Pac-Man. From some of you that are maybe a little more in my age group, right? That are in our late 40s or whatever. Maybe some of you do know what Pac-Man is, because I know it still exists. It's that little face that eats the white dots. Well, think of all the people in your business. You know, sometimes it's, well, I have all these people on my right side. They're all spillover and I can't keep up with those. Well, here's a good news for you. Once you become the goal level, you can start earning the generation bonus. And every time it sees a $10 customer or associate, you're earning 2.5%. It may not seem like a lot, but folks, it compounds over time. Again, go back to GotBackup with 7 million users. That's what I'm trying to tell you. And number 5, it's the same as number 4, but it gets bigger. You have a bigger reach to your downline because you're moving up ranks. Rank bonus pool is once you start reaching the rank of Sapphire and above in all of these, you start earning an income that is given to you based on your rank, just by reaching that rank. And then there's leadership bonus that keeps moving forward. It's absolutely awesome. So as we summarize this presentation here, Tammy, as we finish it, let's show how simple it is to work this.
Yeah, we love simplicity. So it's easy. Sign up and then talk to a couple people. You'll find as you talk to people that the conversation is so simple because everybody uses data storage. So you bring your first 2 people in. Chris showed you a graph of the 2-team structure, one on the left, one on the right, and then go and do the same thing. And then you just duplicate that over and over and over. As soon as your people sign up, you get them to go get their 2 people. And then when you encourage them to get their 2, and then you get them to duplicate over and over and over, you guys. It grows quite fast if everybody's focused on the simplicity. And it's $20. It's an annual fee. And you decide how you want to get started. So it's either monthly or yearly. A lot of people join yearly because they save a couple months of payments, number one, and they don't have to have all those $10 every month on their card. So they don't have to think about it. It's that set and forget there for 12 months.
And you know what's really exciting is GotBackup last Saturday just introduced a new funnel where you can send a link where people can sign in for 7 days. Why 7 days? Because it's enough time for people to get started. And at the same time, you're not wasting time for 2 weeks to wait for someone to enroll. 7 days is that magic number. And then they have access to 6 terabytes to start backing up their phones and their computer just to see how these all work, just for you to follow up within the next 48 hours or 4 days or so forth. And then you can activate. Again, they don't put a credit card, none of that stuff. It's absolutely amazing. 7 days is the magic number. And these are the VIP packages, folks. And it's $39.97 a month if you want to pay monthly, or $3.99 a year if you want to pay for the year. Absolutely awesome. Now, very quickly, Tammy, as we end here, I just realized we have a new country, Fiji.
Yeah, that's one place we've never been, Chris. You know,
Yes.
the best part of all of this, we've built global businesses for many, many years. And the best part of building global is to be able to earn income while you sleep. So you tap into your social network market, and somebody in that social network market who joined your business knows people in different countries and somebody so on and so forth. And you can see how you can go into many different international markets. I mean, the world is in our own backyards of diversity in different countries. So,
And folks,
yeah.
yeah, recognizing achievement is absolutely critical. I always said, baby, cry for it. Adults die for it. And just so you understand, as a bronze, that means you sponsor one person. As a copper, you have one person on your left, one person on your right. That's what you want to duplicate, because that's how you move up in rank. And silver, that means that someone you brought in, or someone that they brought in from someone you brought in, became copper. Boom, you become a silver. As a gold, you need to have sponsored at least 5 people into your business. And out of that, 3 of them, and not even the one you sponsor, but someone maybe they brought in, they became a copper. Boom. Then you qualify. There's other little qualification there, but it's really simple. Then you become a goal. Remember, I talked about generation bonus. That's what I'm talking about here as a goal. As a platinum, folks, you're just helping a couple more people become copper. Folks, a copper is someone that sponsored one on the left, one on the right. It's so simple to duplicate. From that point on, as you are a sapphire, as you're a platinum, you remember when I talk about tier 1 and tier 2? You are doubling your cycle income by jumping from a gold to a platinum. Is not awesome? And then as you move to a sapphire, remember when I talked to matching cycle? You start earning up to 25% from the people that you are personally, not up to, actually 25% from everybody you sponsored. That's another added income. You see how that goes, folks? And this goes on to emerald, ruby, diamond, all the way up to black diamond. And the compensation plan just starts opening up to you. And that's when all the income filters your way. Tell me, as we can, it's 11:37. Let's talk about a support system here.
Yeah. So just quickly, you have personalized referral links, you have landing page, you have an email marketing system that is built in for you. There's a lot of training on this. So it's going to teach you how to do all of this stuff. There's marketing tools. You have regular online presentations that are going on with the company. And also the leaders in different languages right now are doing presentations worldwide. So it's phenomenal. And of course, we have trainings, whether you have team trainings within your leadership or the company itself. Every Saturday, we offer to do trainings for the team to help people grow their business. We're doing a 90-day drive into momentum. We're having a lot of fun doing it, getting everybody focused and building their businesses.
I totally agree. You don't want to miss Saturday, folks. Folks, we have a product that everyone needs and a business that everyone can afford, folks. Let's get started now. Let's turn those dreams into reality. Let me just shift over to my back office here. And you can see every week, if you go to the leaderboard, you can see what's going on, the top 10 commission earned. The reason why I'm showing you this here, folks, because this is a report that everyone can see. I don't want to promote just my personals and my team. I know in the past, some folks were doing that. I don't think that's fair. I think what's fair is that we can see everybody that the company promotes. You can see here, Joshua and David, these guys are the top two, constantly building, 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 building. Dr. Kaway, awesome. Great to see you here. He reached double diamond recently by building it 1% at a time. Absolutely phenomenal. We have Jeff here. We have Mr. Goodfriend and Miss Bernice, actually one from Ghana. Dr. Kaway is from Ghana, but also lives in London. Jeff, well done. And we have GotBackup, amazing deal. You're constantly here. Well done. We have Fernando, we have Alan and Cynthia. On the right side doesn't change very often, right? It's the total income from the beginning. Top 10 weekly sale generated, folks. Again, you see these two constantly promoting. Mr. Godfred, Dr. Kaway, congratulations. Dr. Joanna, this is really, really exciting. Sydney, Zaki, Jeff, Tony, and Siru, well done. Congratulations. On the right-hand side, these are people sharing their leads, their link, right? And people are clicking on the link. You can see here, Emperador Digital LLC. We have David Lear, well done. We have Search Fred. We have Mikhail. We have Edward, Esther. We have Terry, Fernando, Gene, and GotBackup, amazing deal. So these are people that are currently working their business. Now, here's what's also very important. We have a cash contest that everybody should be made aware of. So when you click on the cash contest, this is an extra incentive that GotBackup offers from January 1st till the end of the month, where we're halfway through the month right now. The first place will get 500, and then 200, 300, 200, 100, and the last 5 will share $50 each. Absolutely awesome. That compounds. You can see the list of folks here that are climbing the ladder. Absolutely well done. Now, what's very important here, folks, is if you go to your GotBackup, you want to click on Use This Tool. When you click on Use This Tool, it will take you to where all the tools are. Okay. So when you click on your cloud, what's going to happen is it's going to give you all the tools that you need to connect. So if someone tries it for 7 days for free, or you as a member, you will get the same information. You can see I'm quite a user. I'm using more than half of the space that I have, and I'll show you why in a minute. So I really recommend you watch either the Mac or the PC version video for you to get better acquainted to the software, right? And also, these are the mobile apps. I recommend just to go to the Google Play or the Apple Store. Instead of, you can log into your office and click on this. It will just take you to those area. Okay, so you don't have to search for it, but it's just faster to do that. And here's what's really important. When you click on auto login, now there's many ways to get to your cloud. You can also just type in GotBackup, GBUcloud.com. And of course, it's going to prompt you for your password. But here's something I want to share with you here, folks. These are all my computers. This is how I'm organized. This is the computer I'm talking you through right now. This is my PC in Toronto. This is my laptop. And this here is the computer that's behind me. You can't really see it, but that computer there, that's the one that's backed up here. You can see here 392 gigs. This one is 153 gigs. And this one is 1.6 terabytes. Obviously, this is the one that has the most amount of data. Now, I saw someone that was saying, well, I can't see. All I see is my pictures. I don't see the other things. So you might be on your phone. So what's happening is these are all your phone pictures. I'm not going to go into details, but you can click in here. You can see that it's segregated with all the dates. If I go to 2024, you can see from January to December, it's all there. And of course, now we're in January, we only have the first month. So all my pictures are here. Very straightforward, very simple. Let's say that I want to see the collaborate and share. And there's some really cool stuff coming in, but these are all the files that I can share with my community. So if I click on my computer here, this is the one that we're talking through. And if I want to go through my GotBackup stuff, you can see that I have all my files here. That used to be Dropbox. Now it's all GotBackup. Everything is shared over here. So folks, it's really, really nice. I love the way this is organized. I got all my computer, and the future versions, you will be able to pick files from here and drag it into your collaborate and share. Really awesome what's coming, folks. Really, really awesome. So just started sharing this with you. And here's the last thing I want to leave you with here. When you go to your GotBackup and you say reseller tools, okay? Now, people say, well, how do I promote my business? Well, here's the thing, folks. You go into this area, you have advertising. I'm not going to go through all these tabs. You can do this, but These are the links that were there. If someone wants to sign up right now, don't send them this link. Send it this one. Why? Because when you give them this one over here, right away they can start and they can sign up on the spot. Don't get them to start filling in things when they're already sold on what they want. Okay. So if someone wants to look at it personally, what I would use is either the business approach or the product approach. So if I, for example, if I'm using the product approach, this is again a more sensitive approach to folks that may not be that familiar with network marketing, but they can hear and see the wonderful information in reference to what GotBackup has to offer. And when they click on that, they go ahead and fill in their information. Bada boom, bada bing. They start receiving emails from you. And if you choose to buy, I believe it's around $20. If you choose to buy the email pre-done for you, which is something that I find absolutely amazing, then they will be available through your lead capture system, which, by the way, this is included for your $9.97. So if I go in and I go to my follow-ups, then what's happening is it's going to show you all the trial, the email marketing over here. So I choose to buy it. I bought it. So if I click on that, then what's happening is this is the emails that I purchased. Okay. And at this point, I'm starting to promote it. So I really haven't got into it yet. But the one that I've been promoting a lot is, for example, if we look at the pre-enrollee over here, okay? So these are people that click on my other links, right? 62 cents, 63 opens. That's pretty good stats, right? 14 clicks and so forth. This one was added just recently. That's why the number is smaller, but it's and again, this actually was all updated recently. That's why the numbers have gone down. So at the end of the day, folks, here, what we have to offer, it's an amazing opportunity for you to create a wonderful lifestyle by providing a service that everyone needs at a price point that everyone can afford, regardless of where they are in the world. $10 a month. So Tammy, as we end here, I will turn this over to you just to kind of close it off.
Yeah, just hop on board, you guys. This is a really, really exciting project, and everybody who's on board is running with this and getting their feet wet, getting everything set up in their devices. And I love the fact that it's just a click and everything's organized and everything's in one place. And yeah, so it's really, really exciting. If you want to simplify your life, this is it, you guys.
And Tiru, listen, if you have some issues, I really recommend watch the videos, and maybe you haven't installed the app on your computer yet. So if you haven't installed the app on your computer, then of course, this portion is not going to be on the cloud. And then from there, from your phone, you'll be able to see the directories that you backed up with your computer. So we'll end on this note here, folks. Thank you so much for your time. And this is a wonderful opportunity, folks. Let's get to work. Let's tell the world about it. Show up Saturday. Tammy and I are going to do the third session. As we know, we started the 90-day run that started in January. Every Saturday, there's 4 Saturdays in every month generally. And we are doing a training, giving you all the guidance. And if you have not started and you missed a few ones because you're brand new, no problem. Everything's recorded. We have a playlist that we promote regularly into our Telegram group, and you can access the information there. So everybody, have yourself a wonderful rest of your day. We'll look forward to see you tomorrow. And until then, have a good day. Bye for now.
See you tomorrow.